Welcome back to another episode of Limit 55. Today you join me at the start of an adventure to visit some very special people and, as always, some very special cars. Any guesses? Darkest Peru? England, perhaps? Not judging by the sunglasses around my neck, because according to Paddington it's dark in Peru and in England it's always raining. No, I was off to Utah, the Wild West. More specifically, I was headed for Salt Lake City. After arriving that night, it was time to get some rest and get ready for my trip to start. But I should probably introduce my longtime friend, Utah host, and co-pilot for the trip, Ryan.
Hell yeah.
Nice. He's always ready for anything. We decided to go do the national parks and see the epic scenery before hitting our ultimate destination, which we'll get to, eventually. And Ryan had graciously offered to drive this. This was our sledge, Ryan's bratwurst-busting BMW 335i. That's right, the Bavarian boy from the east had ventured out west. One thing was for certain, we weren't going to be slumming it. But us two big boys were being made small by this, Zion National Park. It was pretty epic to see. We drove all the way through, massive mountains, red rocks, beautiful roads, and tunnels that looked like you were going into the Earth's colon. It's like being inside an intestine. Maybe more like Cars Land, but regardless, we were having a great time. It was good to get outside and see something new, and we wanted to hit another national park before the end of the day, so we saddled up, headed out of Zion, and went for our next destination, Bryce Canyon National Park. Jaw-dropping, isn't it? But then we shut our mouths and got on with it. We braved the sun and the crazy dryness, and we hiked down in amongst these things called hoodoos, and it was mega awesome. If you get the chance, you should definitely go. It was definitely one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. But eventually we got back to the GT Brat bus, and we headed for our hotel to prep for our journey to the final destination the next day. It's a place I've been wanting to visit for a long time. The pretty large and very cool operation of Tanner Boys and Specter Design. Mecca for a glimpse into the world of mid-century soul-filled sport car restoration and creation. Which wasn't what their brochure said, but more my impression after visiting them. It's full of amazing details, hand-painted period signage, hosts life-size cars as art, but art that gets maintained and driven as well as treasured. The colors are spectacular, the shapes even more so. He's got scale model cars as art, and art as art. He's got books, pictures, magazines, pamphlets, brochures. It felt like I was in Pete Brock's mood room. But perhaps one of the coolest things in there were these wire models. Sitting in the corner is a wire sculpture of something beautiful. Tickling, isn't it? This is the Specter Porsche. A coach-built vision of a racer from the past. Eat your heart out, Jerry Seinfeld. Willed into the world and forged by passion, Tanner and his team have built the car using only tools from Jeremy Clarkson's kitchen drawer. And it's spectacular. But I know what you're thinking. That's half a car, there's no engine. But since visiting, I've seen the car run and drive around, and believe me, you're going to want one as much as you'd want
$2 million in 1969.
After some brief history and banter, it was clear Tanner was beyond creative and extraordinarily kind, as he decided to take our trip to the next level and do this. Remember the tasty Lotus sitting in the showroom? Tanner decided to let us give it some exercise and take it up to Sundance. An actual Elan, a legendary piece of design that people describe as the genesis of lightweight sport car design. And I was going to get to drive it. But first, like with any old car, there was some startup procedures to do. Okay, so Tanner gave us the Lotus, so we're gonna go put oil in it. And then we're gonna go drive Provo Canyon, because Tanner's an incredible human being, and that's what we're gonna do. Hi. Okay. Set that right there. She's too greasy. I can't get her off. She's really on there. Is it a pop? Oh, it's a pop-off, not a twist. Or is it a twist? Oh, it's a twist. We got it. We're good. Aside from this minor hiccup where someone put butter on the oil filler cap again, everything was going great. Watching this right now, but drink. Oh yeah. Look at all that sauce. Pretty soon the oil was in and it was time to hear that twin cam sing. Good. Let's hit it. It was an exceptionally hot day, and you know what? We were getting passed left and right by trucks going up Provo Canyon. But it didn't matter because driving the Lotus was so much fun.
One day when they make an automatic.
Even the hair on the back of my neck. We cruised around, saw the sights, and eventually had to turn around at the top and pull out across 4 lanes of traffic that was doing like 80 miles an hour, so that was interesting. But other than that, everything went great.
No problem. No problem.
We headed back down the hill and went to say goodbye to Tanner and give his Lotus back, regrettably. Of course I didn't want to give the Lotus back. I wanted to drive back to California in it. But I had felt good that I had seen this place, met these people. They were unique and passionate, and it's clear that they care to be as successful as they are in what they do.